Today, the poem Father to Son, written by Elizabeth Jennings, would like to discuss. So, I would like to tell one of my students, please go ahead with the reading of the first uh, stanza and first three lines you will read.
Father to Son, Elizabeth Jennings. I do not understand this child, though we have lived together now in the same house for years, I know.
That's all. Here, the opening lines, that is the father's estrangement. The father is just telling and confessing his inability to understand his child, right? Even though they have lived together for years. What will happen if our relationship with our father, between father and the son, remains like a stranger? Not healthy. So these lines, opening lines, sets up the theme of emotional distance and communication gap in the relationship between the father and the son. Please go ahead to the next line.
Nothing of him, so try to build up a relationship from how he was when small.
That's all. Here, the father tries to connect, attempts to connect. The father admits he knows nothing about his son as a grown person. He tries to reconnect by remembering or reminiscing about his son's childhood and establish familiarity. Next part.
The seed I spent or sown
No,
it where,
yet have I killed the seed. Yes,
the seed I spent or sown it where the land is his and none of mine.
that's all. Here, self-doubt and guilt. Father is just, in a position where he is introspecting and is doubting himself. That means self-doubt is arising in the mind of the father, and also the sense of guilt. So the father wonders whether his own actions, means kill the seed, have damaged their bond, or whether his efforts were wasted, as his son's life indicates here the land is now separate from his own. These lines shows that the father's self-doubt and guilt about upbringing. Next line.
We speak like strangers, there's no sign of understanding in the air.
That's okay. This line shows that it's like a stranger-like communication is going on in their family, right? So despite being they live in a family, despite being family, they communicate as strangers, and there is no empathy, no mutual understanding. This is the reflection from this line. And the next line.
This child is built to my design, yet what he loves I cannot share.
That's all. That means this line shows the design and disconnection, right? So although the son is biologically and perhaps temperamentally like the father, there is no emotional connection. The father cannot relate to his son's interest. Next line.
Silence surrounds us, I would have him prodigal returning to his father's house, the home he knew, rather than see him make and move his world. I would forgive him too, shaping from sorrow a new love.
It's okay. See this one. Silence and longing for reconciliation. Silence surrounds us. Silence dominates their relationship, not their conversation. So the father wishes for his son, like a biblical prodigal son, to return to him, expressing his deep longing for reconciliation. And the last and the few other lines that you have read, I would forgive him, I would welcome him, but cannot understand him. That means acceptance and hope. The father is willing to forgive and accept his son unconditionally, but feels helpless because they still cannot understand each other. right? So the next line, we each must live on the same globe and the same land, right? This line shows despite their emotional distance, both father and son must coexist in the same world. This underlines the universal nature of such generational rifts, right? Next line, please.
He speaks, I cannot understand myself why anger grows from grief. We each put out an empty hand longing for something to forgive.
See, here the father is just expressing his pain and anger, right? The father acknowledges the pain and anger in both himself and his son. Both struggle with similar feelings, but fail to resolve them, right? And the last line that you have read, ending line, yearning for connection. We each put out an empty hand. How helpless they are. Longing means they want for something to forgive. Here both extend empty hands. It symbolizes of their mutual desire for reconciliation and understanding. And the poem ends on a note of empathy and hope that the two can rebuild their broken bond. So, what is the central message of this poem or the themes? The poem explores themes of generational conflict, generation gap, emotional distance, guilt, hope, misunderstanding, communication gap, and the unconditional nature of parental love. Unconditional nature of parental love, and it reminds the readers the love is not enough. Real connection requires listening, understanding, accepting the differences, and forgiving the past misunderstandings. This step by step explanation, I think, will help the students to understand the poem Father to Son by Elizabeth Jennings. Right? And Elizabeth Jennings is one of the poetess who participated in the movement, in the literary anti-romantic, group of poets, those who in the English literature didn't believe in the existence of God, and also they joined together to make the movement spread all over the world. Okay, thank you. I think that it will help you to understand this point.